Welcome to the South Kaizer channel family. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to be the first to get the latest news from South Kaizer channel. Ribeiro Costa's standoff with mamelodi Sundowns far from over as lawyer says Brazilian can continue playing elsewhere. In the meantime, the resolution of this dispute will take months. The 26-year-old spent 2 seasons at Qatari and is set to join a Spanish lower-tier side amid a transfer wrangle with Macedonia. What happened? Earlier this week, Ribeiro Costa announced his departure from mamelodi Sundowns after spending 2 seasons at the club. The 26-year-old terminated his Macedonia contract, but the club has yet to accept his action, as his current deal is set to expire in June 2028. That has seen the Brazilian approaching lawyer Jean-Louis Dupont, who says the player is free to join the club of his choice, although he admits the wrangle between the attacker and Sundowns might take time to resolve. What Dupont said? No, the issue will not be resolved soon. And it is totally normal. The resolution of this dispute will take months, and even years if there is an appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, Dupont told Soccer La Duma. But, in the meantime and according to the new FIFA rules themselves, post-Daira judgment, Mr. Ribeiro will be able to continue his career peacefully, with any other club of his choice, without being blocked by mamelodi Sundowns. Indeed, following the Daira judgment, CJEU, FIFA has had to amend its rules so that the ex-club cannot block the international transfer certificate anymore. The bigger picture. The Brazilian was recently spotted in Spain watching a Segunda Division match between Cultural Leonesa and Leganés. Reports suggest he is close to joining Cultural Leonesa, which is said to be keen on his services. However, Leonesa might be carefully treading in their approach to Ribeiro, fearing they might sign and field a player legally contracted with another club. Most read. One SA legend suggests new position from Bokazi, claims Pirates defender is being used incorrectly and underutilized. Brazilian forward ends contract after. Ribeiro Costa has terminated his contract with mamelodi Sundowns as he aims to become the first footballer to benefit from La Sana Daira's legal victory against FIFA. Brazilian forward Ribeiro, whose goal against Borussia Dortmund in June was voted best of the FIFA Club World Cup, External has also referred his case to world football's governing body. The 26-year-old is being represented by Belgian lawyer Jean-Louis Dupont, who won the landmark 1995 case involving Jean-Marc Bartman and is also representing Daira. The former France midfielder has had a long-running legal battle with FIFA, and in October the Court of Justice of the European Union, CJEU, found that some of FIFA's transfer rules break European Union laws. After Daira terminated his contract with Lokomotiv Moscow in 2014, FIFA then refused to provide him with an international transfer certificate, ITC, for a proposed move to Belgian club Charleroi in 2015. The CJEU found FIFA demonstrated that its rules impede the free movement of professional footballers wishing to develop their activity by going to work for a new club. FIFA has since amended its transfer regulations, while Daira this week restarted legal proceedings seeking £56 million in compensation, and Justice for Players has started a class action lawsuit against FIFA and several European football associations. Lawyer Dupont says Qatar SC made mamelodi Sundowns an offer for Ribeiro that was well above the player's valuation and that he wished to join the Qatari top-flight club. He claims that the South African champions attempted to drive up the price, again and again, in an unreasonable manner, without any regard for the player's personal interests, which made the deal impossible. Dupont adds that Ribeiro terminated his contract, which was due to expire in 2028, on August 1, and that the former Charleroi and Beveren player has no other choice than to defend his interests in a FIFA tribunal. Kaizer Chiefs set to swoop in on Cape Town Spurs' Luke Bartman after PSL declares him a free agent. A week after completing the signing of Asanili Velabai, Kaizer Chiefs are now free to go after Luke Bartman. Like Velabai, Bartman has been declared a free agent by the PSL's dispute resolution chamber after the club's attempt to sign him for free had been contested by Cape Town Spurs. Spurs, who were relegated from the Motsepe Foundation Championship last season and will now be playing their football in the amateur ranks, filed an application with the SAFA Arbitration Tribunal contesting the Velabai ruling last week and will most likely do the same with the Bartman case. Immediately after the decision was made last week, Chiefs announced the signing of Spurs' 22-year-old captain, a player they had been chasing for over a year. A similar announcement about Bartman could be made as soon as Tuesday. At just 19 years old, striker Bartman is regarded as one of the most exciting young footballers in South Africa. He boasts impressive technical skills, including excellent ball control, dribbling, and first touch. While primarily a center forward, Bartman is adaptable and can perform in various attacking roles. While at Spurs, he was often deployed as an inside forward, winger, and advanced playmaker. Despite still being a teenager, he has been praised for his maturity and decision-making on the field. Off the field, he's shown a lot of dedication to improving his game, something the hierarchy at Naturina will appreciate in a player so young. Unfortunately, despite all of his talents, he still needs to put a lot of time in the gym, as his slight frame might struggle in the top flight. Because he's still so young, he has plenty of time to become a more all-round footballer. For Chiefs, securing Bartman would signal another statement of intent in their quest to build a youthful, dynamic squad capable of dominating the PSL. If the club can nurture his talent and help him develop the physical strength to match his technical ability, Bartman could quickly become a key figure at Naturina, providing creativity, goals, and excitement for fans eager to see the next generation of South African stars take center stage. The retired star explains why he thinks the highly sought-after teenager would thrive at Bucks as compared to a Makasi. What happened? Former Kaizer Chiefs forward Junior Connie has advised Luke Bartman to consider joining Orlando Pirates and not a Makasi. Chiefs have been linked with both Bartman and Asanili Velabai, but Connie rates the former more than the latter. However, he would like him not to join his former club. What Connie said. Out of the two Cape Town Spurs players Chiefs are reportedly targeting, I really hope they succeed in signing Bartman. He's got the qualities to do well at the club. I'm not as convinced by Velabai, Connie told Soccer Laduma. Look, I know there's a lot of hype around him, but in Asanili Velabai and Luke Bartman will soon represent Kaizer Chiefs, the club has confirmed. After a protracted and frustrating legal battle, the gates to Naturina have finally swung open for Asanili Velabai and Luke Bartman. The duo, signed amidst much fanfare from the relegated Cape Town Spurs, are now cleared to officially embrace their destiny in the famous gold and black of Kaizer Chiefs. Their journey to Chiefs had been stalled by contractual disputes, with their former club reluctant to release their clearances. However, a definitive ruling from the SAFA arbitration, upholding the NSL regulation that a player's professional status ceases upon a club's relegation, has shattered the final barrier. This legal victory not only marks the end of a challenging period for the players but also signals a significant reinforcement for the Amakasi squad. Their arrival coincides with a timely boost for the team. As the club emerges from the international break, they are set to welcome back several key figures from injury. The squad is further bolstered by the return of Mfundo Vilakazi and Luke Bartman himself from national duty at the U20 World Cup in Chile. This convergence of returning talent and newly eligible players infuses the Chiefs camp with a renewed sense of depth and optimism. All eyes now turn to the travel itinerary. The pressing question on every supporter's mind is whether the technical team will immediately thrust their new signings into the fray. The stage could be set for a dramatic debut this weekend, as Chiefs embark on a challenging trip to Lubumbashi for a crucial CAF Confederation Cup clash against AS Simba. For Velabai and Bartman, a long-awaited dream is finally within reach. Cape Town Spurs ready to mend relationship with Kaizer Chiefs duo Luke Bartman and Asanili Velabai after leaving bitter taste in mouth with their unceremonious departure. The Urban Warriors have been in and out of dispute resolution committees seeking compensation from the Glamour Boys for the duo. The Soweto Giants have been chasing the players for the last 3 seasons, and the recent demotion of Spurs to the Amateur League meant Amakasi could get the youngsters without paying a penny. How the Spurs Chiefs saga started. Kaizer Chiefs wanted to sign Asanili Velabai initially, but Cape Town Spurs reportedly wanted $10 million. The Glamour Boys backed out since they felt that it was too much for the South African attacker. The Soweto Giants returned with a bid of $4 million and 2 players on loan, but again the Urban Warriors refused the deal. How Chiefs signed Bartman and Velabai for free. Spurs were relegated, last season, to the South African third tier, which is an amateur league. It meant players contracted to the club were free to leave on a free transfer, according to the rules governing Mzansi football. Amakasi capitalized on the situation to sign Luke Bartman and Velabai, but Spurs unsuccessfully appealed the decision.